நாய்ஸ் அண்ட் கிரெயின்ஸ்லேருந்து உங்கள் எல்லாருக்குமே ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லி ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் எல்லாருமே இங்கே வந்ததுக்காக. உங்களோட டைம் எடுத்துட்டு இங்கே வரைக்கும் வந்திருக்கீங்க. எல்லா வாட்டியும் நீங்கள் எங்களை ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுறீங்க. உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பாக தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நாங்கள் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணது அந்த நெஞ்சே இளையராஜா ஷோலேருந்து எடுத்து இளையராஜா சார் 75 சிங்கப்பூரில் பண்ணது, அதுக்கப்புறம் வாய்ஸ் ஆஃப் லெஜெண்ட்ஸ், அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த மாதிரி மடை திறந்த மாதிரி நிறைய ஷோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். எல்லாத்துலேயுமே நீங்கள் எல்லாருமே ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. இப்போ நெக்ஸ்ட் பிக் அப்படின்றது எல்லாருமே உட்காந்து யோசிச்சுட்டு இருந்தோம் ஆஃபீஸில். அப்போ எங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரே ஒரு பிக் சம்மன் who has already proven who's gonna be the next legend which we always believe in is Sid Sriram. And thank you so much, Sid, for now accepting this with us. And we're very happy, we're very proud to now have the show on our brand Noise and Grains la இந்த ஒரு பெரிய opportunity மாதிரி நாங்க பார்க்குறோம். And in the show is going to be the massive, it's going to be big, it is going to be the greatest show because we have one of this generation's greatest singer, Sid. இதுக்கு மேலே நான் பேசணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது, இவர் சொல்லுவார். என்னோட உண்மையும் தான். எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ். அண்ட் உங்கள் சப்போர்ட் இதே மாதிரி எங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துட்ருங்க. நாங்களும் எங்களால் முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் எங்களோட வேலைகள் எல்லாமே கரெக்டாக பண்ணிட்டு இருப்போம்.
ஹாப்பி டு see all you here. எனக்கு என்னென்னா, ஐ திங்க் மியூசிக் ஒரு பவர்ஃபுல்லான டூல் to spread positivity, to spread love. And ipo in the time la, I think it's the most important tool to spread love. My thanks to Noise and Grains for putting this together. It's going to be one of the most memorable shows for me and my band, I'm sure for everyone that's there and for all of you. Again, thank you so much. சென்னை தான் என்னோட ஹோம். இங்கே தான் நான் சென்னையில் பிறந்தேன். I grew up in the US, but I always feel like my roots are here. In the city has accepted me, given me so much love, so this show is our way to give back to the people of Chennai. We can't wait, and it's going to be full of music, love, and great energy.
சார், மொத்தம் எத்தனை பாட்டு பாட போகிறீங்க? என்னென்ன லாங்குவேஜ்?
Yatna Patna, the show will go for about 3 hours. So on the time la evlo part mudiyumo, so maybe around 30-35 songs. Languages will span all my languages, mostly Tamil, lots of Telugu, some Malayalam songs I've sung, maybe 1 or 2 Hindi songs, but mostly Tamil, Telugu, and then those few Malayalam songs. Now I've also done a lot of compositions in English, so we'll throw in a couple of those, so it'll span.
Ida highlights irukka unga kuda vera yaru paadranga?
We're planning now, so everyone will see when the show happens.
Sir, senior singers yaradhu unga kuda paada porangala?
Adu theriyala. We're just in the process of conceptualizing the show. Possibly, hopefully, maybe that'll be nice.
ஓகே, இதில் வந்து உங்கள் பாடல்கள் மட்டும் பாட போகிறீங்களா, இல்லை மற்ற இசையமைப்பாளர்கள் இசையமைத்த பாடல்கள்லாம் பாட போகிறீங்களா?
இல்லை, வேறு சாங்ஸ்லாம் இருக்கும். ஸோ என்னோட ஷோ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இட் ஹேவ் மை சாங்ஸ் ஐ ஹவ் சாங் ஃபார் ஃபிலிம். அண்ட் பிசைட்ஸ் தட் எனக்கு என்ன சாங்ஸ் நிறையா பிடிச்சிருக்குன்னு, லைக் நிலா காய்கிறது வி சிங் அ லாட். லாட்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஏஆர் சாங்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் த 90s ஆர் சம் ஆஃப் மை ஃபேவரட் சாங்ஸ். ஸோ அது மோஸ்ட்லி இருக்கும். அண்ட் we'll try some new things as well. Couple songs we've never performed before will also premiere here on February.
ஓகே, பொதுவாக இது போன்ற ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சிகள்லாம் வந்து வெளிநாட்டு கலைஞர்களுக்கு வந்து அதிகமான வாய்ப்புகள் தருவாங்க. நீங்கள் எப்படி, அதாவது மியூசிஷியன் சைடில்?
மியூசிஷியன் சைடில் என்னோட பேண்ட் செட் I perform with the same band every time. 2016லேருந்து இந்த ஒரே பேண்ட் தான். So they're like my brothers, they're like my family, and we perform together, so we have that chemistry on stage together. So it'll be the same band as always.
As an independent musician,
yeah.
So every independent musician wants a love from people. So you're doing a lot of stage shows. How do you feel now about the response from the audience? Because a lot of people fall in love with you.
It's a blessing. I started releasing music in 2009 through YouTube. I was in college, so I was making music in my dorm room in Boston. And when I was doing that, I was just doing it because I loved the music and I wanted to get my voice out. So in the journey, I never actually, it's surpassed my dreams. And to be able to have the love of the fans, to perform in front of thousands of people and It's beautiful. And one thing I'll say is, even to this day, that same love, that same passion for music that was there when I was a college student in the dorm room, it's still there now. It's only grown. So it's a blessing. I'm humbled. And I'll also say, even though I've been in the industry now for 8 years, it still feels like it's just the beginning. There's so much more that's to come.
சார், இந்த வாய்ஸ்க்கு நிறைய பேர் இந்த மாதிரி சித் ஸ்ரீராம் ஆருங்காங்க, இந்த மாதிரி வாய்ஸுங்காங்க. இந்த வாய்ஸ் வர்றதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்? நிறைய பாடகர்கள் இருக்காங்க, நிறைய டிவியில் பாடிட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஒரு டிப்ஸாக சொல்லுங்கள், என்ன பண்ணணும்?
நான் முன்னாலே சொன்னேன், இந்த என்னோட வாய்ஸ்க்கு நான் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி எடுத்துக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா தட்ஸ் சம்திங் தட் யூர் born with. So I don't say I can't take responsibility for the voice itself, but for upcoming singers, aspiring musicians, two things I'll say. The biggest thing first is hard work. To this day, I practice Carnatic music for about 2.5 hours every day, as long as I'm not traveling. And that's not to say everyone has to sing only Carnatic music, but practice whatever your mode of music training is. Practice every day. That's the biggest thing. Nothing replaces that. Second is, don't chase fame. Just chase excellence. Just 2012 அடியே வந்தது எனக்கு. அதுக்கப்புறம் 2014 என்னோட இருந்தால் both songs I got to sing for my guru Rahman sir. But அதுக்கப்புறமே there was not many songs happening. It was just kind of slow போயிட்டு இருந்தது. அந்த டைமில் நான் என்ன பண்ணேன்னா, I just made sure every day I practiced, every day I made music, I was composing every day, I was dedicating myself to my craft. And because I fell in love with the process of singing, with practicing, with making music, then things started clicking for me. So fall in love with the music, not with the fame, or don't idealize the fame. Idealize wanting to become the best musician you can be. That's 2. And then 3, don't try to be like other people. Don't imitate others. Find your own voice, find your own vision, and go after that with a fiery passion. I think these 3 things, any young or old upcoming musician, there's no age. You can be 50 and still decide you want to sing or whatever. So whatever the age is, if you're starting off, just these 3 things is what I would say.
Sid,
Where are we?
Yeah. ஸோ ரஹ்மான் சார் வந்து நிறைய இம்ப்ரோவைஸ் பண்ண அலோவ் பண்ணுவாங்க சிங்கர்ஸை. இப்போ ராஜா சார் கூட நீங்கள் சைக்கோ சாங் பண்ணியிருந்தீங்க. ஸோ அதில் வந்து அவர் பர்டிகுலராக அந்த டியூனில் நீங்கள் கரெக்டாக பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி டிமாண்ட் பண்ணுவாருங்கிற மாதிரி நிறைய சிங்கர்ஸ் சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ ஹவு இஸ் த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஒர்க்கிங் வித் ராஜா சார்?
ஒரு கரெக்ஷன் இல்லை, ரஹ்மான் சார் இம்ப்ரோவைஸ் இல்லை.
ஓகே.
அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவார்னா, he knows exactly what he needs, so he'll give you different ideas to try. So அந்த விதத்தில் ரெக்கார்டிங் பண்ணச்சா it won't be a set, this is it. He'll have different ideas. நான் அங்கே போச்சா நான் இதை ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன் சார், அதெல்லாம் no chance. He is at the top of the mountain, I'm climbing the mountain. So that's what he will say. Because he's letting this composition evolve in the studio. He has a multitude of ideas. So these are all ideas coming from AR sir, not coming from the singer ever, right. Including myself. That's one correction. 2, with Raja sir, he knows exactly, instead of letting it evolve in the recording, he's already envisioned every last detail of the song. So that is set before the recording starts, and then we record it. So in that way it's different. But in the specificity of what each of these legends want, that's the same. They know exactly what they want, and they have their different processes of getting it. That's the only difference.
2 lines from Onnan NH, please.
I'll do it at the end. We'll just finish the question.
Right.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get the lyrics right. So
Sid, like நீங்க பாடுற ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 99% ஆஃப் சாங்ஸ் எல்லாமே பெரிய சார்ட் பஸ்டர் ஆயிடுது. ஸோ லைக் when you get into a recording for a new song, does this add some burden of responsibility or extra pressure to live up to your own benchmark?
No, I don't think so. Every song is different. And they're isolated experiences that are not related to the previous song at all. I try not to, I don't even really check like charts and stuff anymore now. Maybe like 2-3 years ago I did. But now I never want to get caught up in my own hype. So I try to ignore all that stuff. Because the minute that happens, then I'll start having that pressure you're talking about. So it's just every song is a new experience, every song is its own world, and the composer has their vision for the song. So the only thing I think about when I go into a recording is, what does the composer expect of me? How can I give my heart and my own DNA to this song, to give it my life? So in that way, and I don't think perform compose, I don't think about anything. I try to turn my mind off, so I'm blank and I'm just as present in that moment as possible. The minute I start thinking about, oh, is this song gonna do well? Will this be as big as my last song? Then the magic leaves the room, because music is not from here, it's from elsewhere, so I try just to keep my mind shut and let the music just channel through me and do what it has to do.
Yeah, one more, உங்களோட சாங்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாம் அந்த மெலோடி ஆர் கொஞ்சம் வெஸ்டர்ன் டச்சில் இருக்கிற சாங்ஸாக நிறையா வந்திருக்கு. லைக் இந்த மாதிரி லோக்கல் ஃபோக் குத்து அந்த மாதிரி ஜானர்ஸ் இல்லாமல் do you have that instinct to...
Yeah, one of the songs I sang for Raja sir from Tamil Vijay Antony's movie is a folk song. Yeah. It's my first one, I think. And I love the way that song sounds, so I think there'll be more.
Hi Sid, you are a singer and now a music director.
Yes.
Any plans to act in movies?
No, not right now. No, I don't think so. I've kind of dedicated my life to music. He's saying we should. Rahman sir. Rahman sir. Yeah, his voice is a gift to the universe. Yeah, I don't know. I won't say never, but I'm also not really a good actor. Cameras make me a little nervous. So I say that as there's all these cameras here. But no, not for now. Right now, music and only music. இப்போதான் நான் மியூசிக் directionல வந்திருக்கேன். So அதுலயும் கொஞ்சம் டைம் போச்சுன்னா, maybe 5 years from now, if you ask me the question, I can give you a better answer.
ஸோ இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் மியூசிக் ஆல்பம்ஸ் வீடியோஸ் அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணுறதுக்கான இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கு?
நிறையா பண்ணியிருக்கேன் ஆல்ரெடி. ஸோ just beginning of this year, I released my first self-produced full-length album.
Yeah.
It was all in English. The next one I'm working on will be multilingual. It'll be in Tamil and English as well. So yeah, that's like he asked in the beginning. That's how my career started. So, and I think the demand for different kinds of music. If you look at Vanam Kottatum songs itself, the sound of the album is very different than what you hear right now. And I think that's going to be my role in this industry as a music director, to offer a new perspective. So I'm taking the same kind of spirit and essence that I felt when I make the independent music, and I'm breathing that into the cinema side. And yeah, that's what I want to be able to do.
தேங்க்யூ.
ஸ்ரீராம் சார், இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஆட்கள் வருவாங்க. ஒரு லவர்ஸ் வருவாங்க, அப்பா மகன் வருவாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு எந்த மாதிரி பாட்டு நீங்கள் பாடுவீங்க?
ஸோ எனக்கு ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டான பாட்டெலாம் அமைஞ்சிருக்கு career. So you take a Maru Arte, which is a love song, then you have Karnana Karne, which is father and daughter, Kurumba, father and son, then just these different kind of emotions. So we'll perform all of those. And what I think I love about my shows and about the way me and my band perform is we don't really anyone can come and enjoy it. It's definitely for any age group, from a little 4 or 5 year old to the oldest person, and they can have fun. In the shows, the biggest thing we do is we make sure that we perform without apology. We perform without any inhibitions. So if we do that, then automatically the audience also feels like they can get up and dance and move and clap. And again, from the youngest to a 19-year-old teenager who wants to be cool, to a 70-year-old elder person who just wants to come and have a good time and move about. There's no it's just a very pure energy that gets formed in these shows, and that's what I love most about them. Yeah. Actually, that's not completely true. அவர் full டேவும் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. தள்ளி போகாதெல்லாம் full. I started at 10 a.m. We finished by 6 p.m. So it's not all the way true. I create at whatever point. Whenever the inspiration hits, we create. That's all. So அதான் நான் சொன்னேன், லைட் டைம் மட்டும் இல்லை, எனி டைம் he feels like making music. அது நிறைய பேர் சொல்றாங்க, அது ஃபுல்லா I don't know. அதான் நான் சொல்றேன், the biggest song I've sung for ASO was done during the daytime. Macho was also done around 4 p.m. So it's, I mean, but maybe each creative person has their preference of when they feel like they can really channel, you know. So it's been a different thing. Sometimes some of the songs I've done, this Karnathangam song, which was the first single, that I did during the daytime, and that kind of came together over a few days. Then one of the songs, Yennuir Katre, which just released 2 days ago, that was done mostly in the night. I composed it in the evening time, and then we finished it by, let's say, like 3-4 a.m. So we worked through the night. So again, I don't really say this is the time I like to. Some days I wake up and first thing in the morning I feel like going to the studio and making music. Other days, day title onnume varadu, ideas la onnume varadu. Night time la suddenly something will come and we'll just go for it. So it just depends on when the inspiration hits. I can't say. I think it's any time. Go ahead.
Sid, apart from recordings, what does to you performing on the stage personally, or what do you feel inside when you're performing on the stage?
When I perform on stage, again, my mind is off. I'm just in another zone, kind of. It feels like another energy from elsewhere has come, and I'm just channeling that. And there's an interaction between me and my band members where we'll all like look at each other, and there'll be this intensity where we're all sharing in this collective joy, and that joy goes out to the audience. So I don't really think about anything. I'm just trying to, like I said, be empty. It's almost like a form of meditation where you forget yourself and you just become a center for this energy to go off. Like the one thing I tell myself before I go on stage is be an energy center. Like just collect and give. That's kind of like the idea, but I don't think about anything. The minute you start thinking on stage, that's when the show starts going down. So well, that can be anything from a cinema show, independent music, Carnatic music, all of them. It's just you want to go there, just be present and just surrender to the moment.
சார் சின்ன வயசுலேயே மியூசிக் டைரக்டர் ஆகிட்டீங்க, ரொம்ப யங் ஏஜ்லேயே மியூசிக் டைரக்டர் ஆகிட்டீங்க. இப்போ மற்ற மியூசிக் டைரக்டர்லாம் சித் ஸ்ரீராமன் நம்மளுக்கு காம்படிட்டர் ரைட்டர்னு உங்களை பாட கூப்பிட மாட்டான்னு பயப்பட மாட்டீங்களா?
கூப்பிட்றாங்களே, பரவாயில்ல.